God is definitely orchestrating some divine unions at this time, just like he orchestrated the divine union of Boaz and Ruth at the time of the barley season, the barley harvest. And these divine kingdom marriages are going to make such an impact in the earth. And so we know that anything that God is orchestrating for the benefit of many lives, is going to have a demonic conspiracy come against it, right? And I was walking my dog just a few minutes ago, and I was thinking about my Boaz, my kingdom spouse that God keeps talking to me about. And it was funny because, like, I'm frustrated. None of us want to be patient, right? None of us want to have to wait on God's timing, right? So I'm trying to patiently wait, and I look down as I'm walking, and I see this little birthday thing from Frozen in somebody's yard. And I was just like, if you didn't see my post, I had posted about how God told me to go watch Frozen. And I had never seen it before, even though my kids have seen it and they were young when that movie came out. I should have seen that movie. And I love movies, and I love how God speaks to me through movies. So anyways, a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I watched Frozen, and it was so prophetic and it was so spot on, but it gave me confirmation of the divine spouse that God has for me, and how, like on the movie, I forgot her name, but the one sister, like, gets deceived by this guy who, like, sweeps her off her feet, and he ends up being, like, just evil and trying to kill her, and just wanted her for power, basically, and position. And he had a whole deceitful plot and motive the whole time, right? But then she ends up coming into relationship with her, like, kingdom spouse, the one that was destined for her, right? And so anyways, I'm walking and I look down and I see this, and it's not Elsa and her sister. It's it's the sister and her kingdom spouse. I don't know the guy's name, like off the top of my head, but anyways, it's a picture of them together. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm just waiting, and God keeps giving me signs and, like, encouragement to keep waiting, be patient. And also, I was thinking about the dream that I had of my kingdom spouse, right? And I had made a video about it, but I didn't really address too much the part where I'm walking into this store and this guy blows smoke in my face, like intentionally blows smoke in my face. And I realize that I believe represents the situation that I'm going through with my ex, who I am separated from, and hopefully by the end of May will be that marriage contract will be officially closed out in the natural, because it's already closed out in the spiritual. But anyways, like, there's this, like, the enemy uses people to try to come against us and keep these, like, marriages, these kingdom marriages, from happening. And my ex, like, definitely, if you watch Frozen, definitely fits the character of the one who's deceitful and has had motives for his intentions the whole time, right? And so, blowing smoke, I believe, like, represents the, like, I thought about the saying, they just start blowing smoke up your, what, right? And so it's like this witchcraft. It's like this illusion, this delusion, this deception, this, like, smoke and mirrors, trying to portray themselves as someone, that they're not, right? And so I have all that going on, like, against me. And I know I don't fight against flesh and blood. I know it's, like, spiritually, like, being spiritually orchestrated, and that vessel is just is just the vessel that's allowing themselves to be used. But then I go in the store and there's this woman who comes against me. And as I started to like meditate more on the dream, I realized I didn't know who this woman was, but I believe that this woman represents someone who is kind of playing the same role as my ex and my divine spouse, is my kingdom spouse in his life. And so we both, I think both probably have kind of these similar scenarios going on where these like, like counterfeit, people are trying to manipulate and like are jealous and manipulative, and trying to keep us attached to them, right? So that we don't come together. But in the dream, like my divine spouse steps up and he like is protecting me from both these situations that are going on. And so that's just what I was like, as I meditated more on the dream, that's what I got. So yeah, the enemy, like, and I don't even know who my kingdom spouse is. Like, I believe he knows who I am, but I don't know who he is. And I'm waiting for him to make himself known. And we'll see. I feel like it's very near. So yeah. And I know I share things on here, but just know that, like, I'm going to keep some things close to my chest as things continue to move on. But because I know that the weight that this kingdom marriage carries is so like powerful and is going to make such an impact on so many lives, us coming together. And I know this is not just for me. Some of you are going through the same thing as well. And maybe you do know who your kingdom spouse is, or maybe you don't yet. And maybe they are like, maybe you're going through the same thing as me where you're dealing with a toxic ex, and maybe they're dealing with a toxic ex. So just pray for your kingdom spouse, whether you know who they are yet or not, and just be wise. Don't let these, agents of these spirits, these demonic spirits that are trying to conspire against you and against you receiving your divine counterpart, don't let it sabotage you, and just know that like this is going to be so amazing, and I believe it's coming.